A physician in the Middle Ages holds up a walnut, turning it over in his palm. To him, its resemblance is obvious. The wrinkled shell mirrors the skull. The two lobes inside look like the hemispheres of the brain. Surely, he reasons, this is no accident. God must have left a clue, a signature in the plant's design, to guide humanity toward its healing use. Thus, the walnut is prescribed for ailments of the head, migraines, memory loss, epilepsy. This was the doctrine of signatures, one of the most enduring and symbolic theories in the history of medicine. The idea was simple, but powerful. Every plant bore a mark, a signature, that revealed its medicinal purpose. Kidney beans, shaped like the organ, were used for kidney troubles. Liverwort, with its lobed leaves, was thought to cure liver disease. Lungwort, speckled like diseased lungs, was prescribed for respiratory ailments. Even saffron, with its blood-red threads, was associated with conditions of the blood. For centuries, physicians, herbalists, and laypeople turned to the natural world as a visual guide, believing that the Creator had left signs in plants for humans to decipher. Though the belief predates Christianity, it was codified in European medicine during the Renaissance. Most famously, by the Swiss physician and alchemist Paracelsus in the 16th century. Paracelsus argued that God marked each plant with a sign of its intended use, ensuring that humanity had the tools to heal if only it learned to read nature's book. His writings helped elevate the doctrine of signatures into mainstream herbal practice, weaving it into the growing body of medical lore. The doctrine spread widely, appearing in herbals, medical manuals, and folk traditions. The logic was compelling in an age with limited anatomical knowledge and few reliable treatments. Plants became both pharmacy and scripture, their form seen as divine handwriting. To use a walnut for brain problems was unto superstition to a Renaissance doctor. It was obedience to nature's design. Some remedies seemed to work, at least by coincidence. Walnuts, for instance, contain omega-2,3 fatty acids, which do benefit brain function. Kidney beans are indeed nutritious for kidney health. But these overlaps were exceptions rather than rules. More often, the doctrine led to ineffective or harmful treatments. Symbolism guided practice, not science. Yet the belief endured because it gave people a sense of order, a framework that made illness less random and medicine more accessible. The doctrine of signatures also reflected humanity's desire for meaning. Illness in the pre-modern world was terrifying, unpredictable, and often fatal. By believing that cures were hidden in plain sight, people felt reassured that the world was not chaotic, but purposeful. Every plant shape, every odd color or texture, was part of a divine language waiting to be interpreted. The physician's role was not just healer, but translator of God's code. As medical science advanced, the doctrine came under scrutiny. By the Enlightenment, physicians increasingly dismissed it as superstition. Anatomical studies, chemistry, and later germ theory provided real explanations for disease and effective treatments. The resemblance between walnut and brain became metaphor, not medicine. Yet the idea never fully disappeared. Elements of the doctrine of signatures persisted in folk medicine, homeopathy, and even modern wellness trends, where symbolic associations still influence how remedies are marketed and consumed. Today we see the doctrine of signatures as a fascinating reminder of the interplay between symbolism and science. It was wrong more often than it was right, but it reveals how humans seek patterns, meaning, and guidance in the natural world. From a walnut's folds to a bean's shape, people have always looked for signs that the universe is speaking to them. The next time you crack a walnut, consider the generations who saw not just food, but medicine, a brain-shaped cure for the mysteries of the mind.